Jschlatt is a YouTuber streamer with extremely chaotic humor. Despite not having the biggest channel, he's probably had some of the biggest influence for streamers and YouTubers. So let's talk about how Jschlatt basically recreated the Eric Andre show. He recently uploaded a video called Forcing YouTubers to Play Scuff Wii Games, where he invited a variety of YouTubers, essentially a guest let's play. But before we get into that video, let's talk about the Eric Andre show. The Eric Andre show is an anti-talk show, a talk show made to make fun of talk shows, mixed with short comedy bits. According to Eric, the goal was literally to make the worst talk show possible.
I set out to make the worst talk show of all time. That's what I wanted to do.
And you succeeded.
And I succeeded.
And the set design is meant to make everyone feel uncomfortable, for all people involved, not just the guest. And they weren't just some mediocre celebrities, although some were. You had some pretty big names like Wiz Khalifa and Jimmy Kimmel. It takes a standard overdone format, talk shows, and makes it as chaotic as possible. There's nothing of substance to it, and that's on purpose. It's meant to be shocking, it's meant to be funny, it's meant to not be taken seriously. And to be honest, it's the only mainstream television show I can even stomach. For more on that point specifically, watch Nerdstalgic's video, how the Eric Andre show makes nothing out of nothing. And the less the guests knew about the show, the better. The more genuine of a reaction they could get, the better it would be. A lot of celebrities, being the divas they are, would get frustrated and leave due to the unprofessionalism or tabooness. Although I guess witnessing a man throw up and then consume that throw up is a fair enough reason to leave, but some guests are able to return that same energy. On Tyler the Creator's episode, Tyler was matching Eric's chaotic energy, sometimes even exceeding it. Lizzo was a guest replacement for one of the short comedy bits, and it met a pretty similar level of chaos the other bits do. Now, let's compare Jschlatt's video to the Eric Andre show. Having other YouTubers come over to play video games isn't exactly a novel concept, just like how talk shows are an overdone format. Although I have to admit, talk shows are significantly way more overdone. But Schlatt takes that concept and makes it as chaotic as possible, with little to no focus on the actual gameplay, exactly what Eric does with his talk show format. The video starts with Jschlatt and Connor Eats Pants, playing Wii Bowling with a little bit of that trademark Jschlatt chaotic energy, which seems like just a slightly weird let's play. With the Eric Andre show, if you muted it and just kept the interview bits, it would just seem like some weird, awkward talk show. With Ludwig, it seems like he wasn't fully informed about what was going on, just like the guests on the Eric Andre show had no idea what type of show they were getting themselves into. But the ending of Ludwig's part is where we start to see how insane the video is going to get. With Jaden animations, we get a little bit more of that returning chaotic energy. But we really see it with Ted Nivison. Ted was way more unhinged than Jschlatt was in that moment and throughout the entire video. And Ted was basically bullying Schlatt the whole time. Stop! So just like the Eric Andre show, there were guests that were able to return the same chaotic energy. And the guests on Schlatt's video were all pretty big YouTubers, and they were all treated extremely unceremoniously. Just like how Eric did not treat any celebrities with any sort of specialness. Specialty? Specialty sounds more right. They had Pokimane, one of the top streamers on Twitch, on for 5 seconds. And what'd they do with those precious 5 seconds? They bullied her for being Canadian and then poisoned her, I guess.
I'm Canadian, alright? Maple syrup. What is that?
And as a side note, that's actually probably the most Eric Andre type bit in the entire video, which to me is saying a lot because the entire video reminded me of an Eric Andre show. And if the video wasn't already violent enough, Fitz's part took it to a whole other level. Hi. Editing LT here. Dum past LT forgot to mention the whole reason behind that talking point. Basically, the Eric Andre show also got super violent, so that's another similarity the two shows shared. I want to apologize for past LT's dumb mistake. Now back to the video. And there was a lot of other small things that make the products very similar. Jschlatt had his own co-host, Altrive Plus. There is a reoccurring bit to destroy the set, and I'm not the only one to notice how similar they are. At CB Plays 2374 commented how Jschlatt kept a deadpan tone the entire time, just like Eric does. So I hope you guys can see the parallels, or at the very least similarities, between the two shows. Both are making fun of the overdone formats on their respective media, whether it's talk shows or let's plays. They're both making fun of how boring these formats can be by turning it into absolute chaos, which ironically makes for a more entertaining watch. Or maybe they're both making chaotic content just to make chaotic content. Before you guys go, I'm gonna ratio myself. Do you guys see how bad that ratio is? If you enjoyed this video or you're a regular watcher and enjoy my content, please just remember to subscribe. I know you're hearing these YouTubers say it all the time, but genuinely, since I'm a small channel and I'm just starting, I'm really hoping to grow my channel. And like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Okay, bye.